Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? Undeniably, y'all, the biggest issue the Saints have right now is the offensive line. That's not even debatable at this point. You're replacing three starters, all details that you know at this point because we've talked about it ad nauseum for so long. You're replacing three starters. You're trying Trevor Penning at right tackle. That's not gone super awesome. Taliese Fuanga has been really good at left tackle so far throughout his first training camp of his rookie year, but injured his back and was sidelined. We saw Landon Young take his place on Sunday night out in San Francisco. You were hoping Nick Saldiveri, who you traded up to take with the first pick of day 3 a year ago, would be ready to be your starting left guard. He's got an injury that sidelined him. We've seen Lucas Patrick in that role now. It's just not great. Now, all that said, in fairness, the offensive line did play well on Sunday against the 49ers. After back-to-back 3-and-outs, that offensive line paced you to that 95-yard touchdown drive where you ate up 8 minutes off the clock, converted 2 fourth downs. They were very good on that drive. Now, the depth wasn't necessarily great for you, but the starters were. As a matter of fact, Pro Football Focus had Eric McCoy as the highest-graded player for the New Orleans Saints in that game. We went through some of the PFF numbers yesterday on the show. So McCoy and Ruiz both graded out very well for New Orleans. Well, one of the things that, as the Saints continue to try to figure out what they're going to look like on the offensive line, one of the things that we're going to look at in this next week as rosters get cut from 90 to 53, and just like that, you have 1,500 free agents, is who ends up on the market. Well, a really intriguing name popped on the market today, and it's veteran offensive lineman Dennis Daley. And you may not know the name, and if you don't, that's fine. But Dennis Daley, most recently here, was with the Arizona Cardinals. And over his career, he's played a lot of football. He's 28 years old, so he's a young veteran. And after having started his career with Tennessee and starting 15 games at left tackle in 2022, and during his time in the NFL with the Titans, Dennis Daley played left tackle, left guard, right guard. He played 4 spots on the offensive line. And again, started 15 games at left tackle in 2022. It was effective enough to where Arizona signed him to a 2-year contract last year. Well, the Arizona Cardinals released Daley on Tuesday, according to Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network. So I thought, the obvious question is, should the Saints go try to sign Dennis Daley? And my answer is, yes, please. Quickly, at that, before anybody else does. I'm not telling you that Dennis Daley would be a guy who immediately steps in and is a Pro Bowl caliber starting offensive lineman. And you might remember Daley because he played collegiately at South Carolina. His last season with the Gamecocks was 2018. But it's fair to ask, well, if Arizona signed him to that contract, why did they cut him? And he was on IR last year. So Arizona signs that contract. He gets injured. He goes on IR, spends most of the 2023 on IR. He got buried on the depth chart. They released him. Okay, happens. But you also have a guy here that is a very versatile player that has proven he can be, when healthy, a very good starting player in the NFL and can play any of 4 positions, which makes him very versatile. What happens if you get into the regular season and you're faced with the same reality you were early in the season last year when you had Trevor Penning at left tackle, and it took about a minute and a half when Arden Key and the Titans just assaulted Trevor Penning? What do you do when you realize very quickly he's not capable? You have to plan for and prepare for that possibility based on what we've seen. Well, right now, what's your option? Landon Young and Oli Udoh? Look, I was high on Oli Udoh when they signed him from Minnesota. Again, that's a young veteran, not a star player, but a guy who has been a starting player in the NFL and has starting experience. He's not played well so far in camp and in the preseason. So is Landon Young, who's been kind of a glorified, tight end, the tackle eligible throughout his career. I mean, that's your option. Landon Young started at left tackle with Fuanga out. If nothing else, you need a swing option who, if Trevor Penning can't play, or if Fuanga, hopefully the back issue isn't anything, but if something happens there, he's not capable at left tackle. Or what if you have somebody go down on the interior? You already lost Nick Saldiveri. Lucas Patrick's there. What's next? I don't know the answer to that. So, yeah. Sign him. Bring him on in. I mean, it's a guy that has played and has started at left tackle in the National Football League. And if you need to swing him to either side, you can. That's a valuable piece. I mean, look, Landon Young's played in a lot of games. Landon Young has played in 39 career games now. And he started 7 times. He started 4 times last year when Ryan Ramczyk was injured. So he has started at times. But there's a reason why Landon Young has never gotten a foothold as a starter on this offensive line with the team that drafted him and that knows him best. Because at best, he's a depth piece and a rotational guy. You might have more than that with Dennis Daley. If nothing else, create competition. Bring him in. What it costs you nothing. Only if he actually makes your team, which would be a great sign that he's better than what you have. He may not be the only guy, because when the 53-man roster cuts, from 90 to 53 come, you're going to have more than 1,000 players become free agents in one day. And a lot of them are going to be offensive linemen, and a lot of them are going to be better than guys that you have right now. So something may shake. But in the meantime, why wait? I mean, the tackles you have right now are Fuanga, Penning, Landon Young, Oli Udoh. Yeah. Go add a veteran to that room right now. A young veteran who can play 4 different spots on the line. We'll see if they do. Saints back on the practice field tonight, Tuesday, at Ullman. Open to the public. Be really cool. I think it's a great concept that they do. Inviting fans to come out, Ullman. You can pack it out if you want. Under the lights, night practice right there uptown New Orleans. Really, really cool thing that they do. So hopefully it's a great night, and we'll see if the Saints can maybe add some reinforcements on the offensive line. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.